Hi guys, good morning to you wherever you are. I'm doing this video because over the past few weeks I've been thinking about one thing, just one. I've been thinking about why Africa cannot realize its full potentials with all these resources. And I kept searching for the answers from everywhere, from various articles and research reports that were written and published over the past decade. But I'm still not satisfied. I think there is something fundamentally wrong with the African continent. I think that the continent is very well alive, yet its institutions, its structures, its governments, and almost every structural component of the continent is dead. Basically, the continent, like a human body, is perhaps only surviving by grace and perhaps artificial organs implanted by the West to interface with living tissues, to replace dead organs, to duplicate or augment a specific function or functions, so the continent can just live, can just be alive. But what do I mean by artificial organs? Foreign assistance is one thing, one artificial organ the African continent is basically surviving on. But what is wrong with Africa? I mean, my heart bleeds to know, why can't we afford to give our people the best life they deserve? Why can't we do that in Africa? I have come to the point where I believe there should be an autopsy made on Africa. We need to dissect the continent. We need to split it apart. We need to determine the cause and manner of death of its organs. We need to evaluate any disease or injury that may be present. It is only after this academic autopsy of Africa is conducted that we can find a way to probably transplant natural organs to make the African continent work again. And what I mean by transplant, I would talk about in my next post or something. But we need to probably transplant organs, or maybe recreate the dead organs miraculously. But the easier way would be to transplant. But even to transplant organs, we would need the donor to be of match. In my next post, I'm going to talk about what I mean by transplanting organs into the African continent to make it more functional, super functional again. But here's the thing. I know this autopsy analogy may not sound interesting to you, so I'm beginning this challenge. I'm throwing out this challenge. I call this challenge Autopsy of Africa Challenge. And what I basically want to do is I want us to perform an autopsy on Africa. So basically, I challenge you to write about why Africa is struggling to reach its full potentials, and then call on 5 African academics to also do so. So let's keep the autopsy running. Let's keep the challenge going until we're tired. And so for the starts to begin, I call on Sapon, Hammond, Entry, Opening, and I call on Tupiso, I call on Andrew Niwabaga, or Andrew Niwagaba. I call on Yvonne Gila, and I call on Michael Chanda, please accept my challenge and let's perform an autopsy on Africa. Let's find out why the continent is struggling. Thank you very much, and I hope to see your reports.